Hey everybody, this is Gregory from DApp University. So in this video, I've invited a guest on the channel, Luke, to talk about how he got his first job in blockchain by watching all the free tutorials that I've posted on YouTube and then building his own portfolio and landing his first job, all right? So I've invited Luke to kind of steer the conversation today and just talk about this experience to help you all learn how you can do the same thing and land your first blockchain job and break into the blockchain industry with all the resources that I've put out there for free. And also my blockchain developer bootcamp, which just launched recently. All right, and I had a little bit of technical difficulty with the recording today. Luke's camera cut out at the beginning. So I'm gonna pull up the screen, we'll focus on that, and then we'll bring Luke's camera back in whenever he does the demo. So welcome to the channel, Luke.
Hi there, thanks for having me.
Yeah, awesome. I'm so excited to have you on today, Luke, because I've had a lot of people, ask me questions about how they can get their first blockchain job. I made lots of videos for tips about how people can, get into blockchain. And I want to hear a little bit about your story today, because you're working now full-time as a blockchain developer. Is that right?
Right, that's right.
Yeah, awesome. And, Luke reached out to me over email because he actually showed me a project that he built from the tutorials from this channel, right? So we're going to get a little demo of the project that Luke built later on in this video that helped him land this first blockchain developer job. So that's awesome, Luke. This is so exciting. I think this is going to be really valuable for others who are trying to figure out how you did what you did and do the same thing. So tell me a little bit about, the blockchain job that you have right now.
Yeah, so I work for a DApp called CryptoMibs. Most of you have probably heard of CryptoKitties. It's a game based on the same ERC 721 functionality. So we basically put marbles on the blockchain, unique ones. And in our DApp, we can also play games, and depending on if you win or submit some Ether, you can write to the blockchain to customize your MIBs and also transfer some prizes. So right now we actually have a prize store. We have CryptoKitties, we have blockchain cuties, which you can exchange tickets for and exchange. And also right now we're pretty soon for release. We have a partnership with CryptoKitties where if you own a CryptoKitty, you can put it inside your marble and customize it that way. And then after it gets written to the blockchain. Yeah,
very cool. So this is all, kind of based around ERC 721 stuff. Is that right?
Right.
Yeah, which is serious business. There's lots of people that are using that in their projects. I've worked on a couple of projects where we've implemented ERC 721 that are trying to solve all kinds of problems with that standard. So that's really exciting. So tell me a little bit about, how you got this job. Like, what was your process? Maybe where did you come from before? Kind of tell me the story.
Yeah, so basically I decided I wanted to go into software development. So I have a previous degree before, so I decided to do an online university. So half my credits would transfer over and I could get the process done fast. So I was deciding what I wanted to do, and it said blockchain space, being really hot and potential to change society, something I wanted to be a part of. So actually what happened was, so I just typed in YouTube, Ethereum DApp tutorials, and your video was the first one. It was the voting.
Awesome.
Actually, during my interview, my supervisor looked at my GitHub. It's like, oh, I've done that tutorial as well, the voting
awesome.
DApp.
Very cool.
So everybody tells me, your GitHub, your projects, that's the number one thing that'll help you land the job. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to create a more involved DApp with online newspapers. So I went on Reddit and they said use IPFS to store, images, videos, even large text files. So once again, I went on YouTube. I typed in IPFS DApp tutorial, and yours was the first one again.
Nice.
And, I followed that one and put my own take on it. So yours was storing images for your own account on using IPFS and the blockchain. Here, I decided, to be able to look at other users' accounts, see the articles they've written, so their images and the text beside it. And, during the interview, my supervisor was actually really impressed, and that's what actually landed me the job right here in the office you see today.
Awesome. Yeah, that looks like a pretty fancy place up in one of the blockchain centers of the world. Am I right?
Yeah, it is. It's one of the bigger ones.
Yeah, yeah, very cool. And was just for clarification, where is that?
It's in Toronto.
Yeah, yeah, Toronto. Yeah, lots of blockchain action going on in Toronto. That's awesome. So yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head, or many nails on the head, which is, portfolio is key, and that's something I've been talking about a lot on my channel, and also recently in my blockchain developer bootcamp launch, I talk a lot about portfolio, and even have some marketing tools for people to build their portfolio when they're looking for jobs and kind of stand out. So it sounds like you're saying the same thing. Having a project that you built open source on GitHub was a game changer for you getting this job.
Yeah.
And so the main technologies that you demonstrated and worked with that are allowing you to land the job were Ethereum, smart contracts, and IPFS. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, very cool. Awesome. So yeah, tell me a little bit more about how you went looking for this job, because this is a question a lot of people have is how do I find a blockchain job? There's lots of ways, but I want to hear kind of what you did.
Well, I mean, basically, like I just did the simple route of applying on Indeed, just on a simple job board.
Mm-hmm.
But I tried before with not much luck. It wasn't until of course, I had that big project on my GitHub that I started to get noticed.
Sure. Yeah. So you're applying for jobs online, and it felt like it was going nowhere until you really personalized it and showed people what you could do. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's something I've tried to work with people on. Is you want to stand out. You want to not be the PDF resume that everybody gets in their inbox, because why would they look at another PDF resume when everything else has been turned down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally. That's something I've been repeating over and over and over again. And this is the proof. So that's awesome, man. I really appreciate your insight on that. So for you, online job boards were sort of the main source, and that's what allowed you to get some traction. So anybody's watching, like I said, that's a really great way. Blockchain is very remote friendly. So that's what I tell a lot of people. You don't have to necessarily live in a place like Toronto in order to get a job in Toronto, or like San Francisco. You don't have to live there necessarily. And that's not always true, but the more places you apply, the more likely you are to find a place that will allow you to work remotely. Yeah, awesome, man. So I want to know a little bit more about the company you're working for right now, and also the portfolio project that you use to land the job. So maybe you can share your screen. You can show me first, the DApp that you all work on for your company, and then we'll talk about your project that
Sure.
you built with these channel resources that helps you land the job.
So here, cryptomibs.io.
Nice.
So basically, I have a collection of marbles on the blockchain. So here are mine. We have, one with the llama, some other ones, and here you can buy it in the store. So actually, we have some special marbles, of the week or the month. So, yesterday was B Day, so we have a B Day marble. A couple of weeks ago was Cinco de Mayo. We have that. Yeah, so basically, people can browse our store, and then St. Patty's Day marble.
Nice.
Click here. I don't think I have enough Ether in my wallet, but anyways,
That's okay.
Okay. I would click confirm if I had enough funds, and then basically this gets minted. The attributes get written onto the ERC 721 contract, and then Web3 would read it, and then it would display into my MIBs. So what I can do with actually the marbles here is we have two games. So here's Skydrop. Very
I like
basic.
those graphics.
Thanks. Actually, where was my? Actually, I like my llama corn. So, go Skydrop. Here, tickets. Yeah, tickets are kind of like a currency that you can buy with Ethereum on our DApp to play games, and I'll show you something else. So here, okay, so I win 11 tickets. So here you can win tickets and you can win marbles, and we actually have a prize store that we put. So here we have other DApps here. So we have you can trade in your tickets here for a Crypto Kitty, Crypto Fighters, Crypto Assault, Crypto Inc., and some of our luxury marbles, or special edition ones that we have here. So yeah, of course, you submit your tickets. It'll transfer through the blockchain into your account. And the latest actually game we have here is something called Snakes and Marbles. So basically, so I don't have this marble right here, but basically through Web3 it checks my account. Do I have this type of marble? If so, it gives me a bonus. And then here I can basically play kind of a take on Snake. So yeah, these are marbles that have been sold in the prize store.
Yeah, very cool.
And yeah, let's see. I'll just show you the main feature if I can do it. Because the idea is like, you grow your tail, and then when you get combos, it breaks the tail and gives you a score. So here we go. So there.
Nice.
I'll just finish up here. So yeah, do you have any other questions on this app?
No, that's very cool. What are the other technologies you guys use to build the actual games?
Yeah, so we actually use a library called Phaser with JavaScript. And JavaScript's nice because the Web3 functionality goes hand in hand. So we can easily read attributes on the blockchain.
Yeah, totally. That's awesome. Yeah, very cool. No, that's awesome. So that's a little bit about the DApp that you all work on for your job. So Luke, you want to show us the DApp that you built in order to get hired at your current job? This is something that you used, you kind of based off of the free resources that I provided on my YouTube channel. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, you want to give us a tour?
And okay, so essentially, so I'll just show you. So for those that have seen the IPFS step or IPFS tutorial that you made, this kind of place looks familiar, where you submit an image and then you write to the hash to the blockchain, and that hash can be used to find that image through IPFS. So the take I did it was basically not only you store an image, but you also store the article context, the text file, and the title of the article.
Yeah,
so,
very cool.
Basically, you show a list of accounts. These are all the accounts that have previously submitted an article. Might warn you, like I think the IPFS network's a little slow today, so you might not be able to see like all the IPFS files right away. But if you just enter the address here, show articles, yeah. Normally you would see the the image of the article and the text file. So,
sure. Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. No, sometimes it happens instantly. Sometimes, I don't know, IPFS is being a little fussy today.
Yeah, the gateway could be a little slow, or sometimes, the API that you're working with might be a little slow, or whatever it is. Yeah, there's lots of reasons why it could be a little clunky sometimes. But yeah, that's awesome, Luke. And, one thing I want to call out to the people who are watching is I think sometimes people put so much pressure on themselves to build this just massively elaborate portfolio piece in order to land a job. And what Luke has done here is great work. It's hard work. I mean, you got to really put the time in to understand what's going on and pull this off yourself, right? But I think sometimes people have this pressure that they need to build something that takes like 10 developers a year to build, right? That's, ready for production and has zero bugs, zero, anything, and it's constantly, being iterated on top of. And I just want to, kind of let people take that pressure off of themselves. And this is an example of something that landed Luke a blockchain job, something that's manageable for one developer to build, right?
Yep.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. I mean, I think your viewers, they've got content like yours. That's a great place to start. And when they get more comfortable with dApps in general, they can put their own take on it and really show that they understand the baseline technology.
Yeah, very cool. I think that's you hit the nail right on the head. Well, that's awesome, Luke. I think this has been a really great demonstration of somebody who's, gone out there and hustled and filled in the gaps, taken all the free resources that I've put out there and, kind of landed themselves their first blockchain job. You weren't even in blockchain before this. And, I'm super impressed, super excited that you reached out to me, and I wanted to share this with everybody else so that they have an idea of the types of things that they can do to get into blockchain. just like, all the other emails that I get by people who are asking me this. Well, here's an answer. So, Luke, before we wrap up today, is there anything else that you want the people watching to know?
No, just want to thank you for all your great tutorials. Wouldn't be here without you.
Yeah, man. No, this is one of the reasons that I do it, is for stories like this. I love watching people get into blockchain. It's exciting. There's a lot that drew me into blockchain in the first place, and I wanted to create something valuable for others who could do the same. So. Yeah, very cool. I mean, any other tips for someone who's looking for their first job? I mean, this is more of a recent thing for you than it is for me. So sometimes it's better for them to hear it from somebody who's, a recent convert.
Yeah, actually. So, I did a few of your tutorials. Actually, funny enough, you probably don't remember this, but I think about 5-6 months ago, I emailed you. I'm like, oh, how did you become such a expert in DApp making? And you said, Reddit, GitHub, open source, all that. So on top of your videos, I actually did the same thing. I went onto the Reddit Ethereum subreddit, went on GitHub, asked a bunch of questions, looked at other people's projects. So, all that also contributed to my project and helped me land a job here.
That's awesome. And you're 100% right. I do not remember that email at all. Yeah. So if anybody, who wants to email me, feel free to. I get bombarded with email on a daily basis, so I can't get back to everybody. But it sounds like I was able to get back to Luke here and point him in the right direction, and look where he is now today. So, well, that's awesome, Luke. I'm going to put a link down in the description below to Crypto Mibs so that people can check that out, so they can see, where you landed your job. And if you want to shoot me the link for your IPFS DApp, I can do that too. Sure. Sounds good. Well, Luke, thanks again for coming on the channel today. Again, hope you all like this video. Again, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click the like button down below. And as always, you can download my courses for free, the courses that helped Luke land this job on my website over at dappuniversity.com/free download. So thanks again, Luke. And everybody else, until next time, thanks for watching Dapp University.